Eyes on Safety allows our staff to identify any hazard on site right through from the planning stage to delivery and completion of work. This helps to ensure that we meet Network Rail's safety vision of everyone home safe every day. Eyes on Safety also ties in with Network Rail's Think Risk campaign. Through coaching and training, we allow our staff to recognise hazards on site. These hazards that we recognise on site enter into site hazard maps, which we use to inform others and make them aware of potential risk and control measures. All staff are encouraged to highlight any hazard that they perceive on site. They would raise this to the person in charge, and together they can look to solve the problem. Something I'm passionate about is how we learn and know how to improve. Eyes on Safety alerts are produced to share good practice and lessons learned in relation to site hazard identification and potential removal.
Works Delivery have introduced a guidance document providing examples of common hazards to look out for and good practice to be considered when planning a job. Eyes on Safety can be split into a 7-stage process. The first step in creating the site hazard map takes place before going out on site. Potential hazards should be noted during the creation of the scoping pack and made available ahead of the first walkout. This test-up study utilises tools such as GeoRINM, maintenance records and prior site knowledge. The first walkout on site is undertaken by the Works Delivery Supervisor, the WDS, and Senior Technical Officer, the STO. This identifies any hazards on site, which should be made safe as soon as possible. These should also be close called if appropriate and passed on to the appropriate manager. Any hazards should be recorded and marked on the site hazard map. The second walkout takes place with the supervisor and person in charge, the PIC. As with the first walkout, additional hazards are identified and recorded on the site hazard map. Any pre-preparation work to be completed should be identified and planned before core works take place. Ahead of the core works, any pre-preparation work should take place. This includes tasks such as removing scrap rail, clearing access areas and devegetation works. At some sites, access improvements are implemented. Before work can commence, all staff on site should be briefed by the PIC in front of the site hazard map. The PIC brief is typically delivered in the depot or site access cabin prior to any works. The Safe Work Pack should reference the map, and by signing this, staff acknowledge that they have been made aware of the on-site hazards and their control measures. A cost brief is then conducted before going on or near the line and offers the opportunity for any further questions or clarification. If additional hazards are identified during works, staff should raise this with the PIC or COS immediately. Risks such as missing troughing lids are common on the network. These risks are made visible if they can't be eradicated, and all staff will then be made aware of the new risk. The details are then added to the site hazard map, including control measures. Eyes on Safety encourages staff to view hazard perception as a dynamic assessment. The site hazard map should be considered a live document until all works are complete. Eyes on Safety also encourages staff to be conscious of their whole working environment by identifying and challenging things which aren't right, then rectifying them. When debriefing staff at the end of the works, the PIC should reference the site hazard map to help identify areas of good practice and where things could be improved. Any feedback from staff should be fed back to the PIC, supervisor and STO. Eyes on Safety alerts are produced to share lessons learned and good practice in relation to hazard identification, removal and/or reduction. This helps to instill a culture of continuous improvement across works delivery.
The Eyes on Safety process is a tool used by the PICs. It has enabled them to identify hazards in advance. It then empowers the PIC on the night to give a better understanding to the team during the brief.
The primary success of Eyes on Safety simply is the reduction in accidents in relation to slip, trips and falls, which has been excellent to see. A secondary success is the collaboration and commitment from all of our staff who have been involved in the creation of the Eyes on Safety initiative. This has been led from the ground up, with our frontline staff heavily involved and managers supporting throughout. This ensures that we all have our eyes on safety.